You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to the midweek edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, where they stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring the program come to you this Wednesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today now Wednesday, the 5th day, of March 2025. And inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show this morning, where they can talk about freedom of expression, human rights, and the rule of law. How we don't select na salon, and that's what we discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Well, this and plenty other stories, then are the program for you this morning, and we go look at extensively what in the happen inside Hawa Hunt in case from the time where police be arrest them, detain and CID, so in charge in case go court. All of a sudden, the first lady make a video and say it a beg for our aunt. Few hours later, we see the judiciary or the court drop all the charges them against Hawa Hunt. What's in this mean for independence of the judiciary, and also they look at Melvin Tejan Mansaray, where they stand trial before Ethics Committee in a Parliament after 53 days, where the Speaker in a Parliament been banned not for entering a Parliament and doing work as journalist. What in this mean for free press? And also, as we all know, a Dutch journalist become Salon, also can do independent work, but the police be arrest them and also been destroy a SD card, also all immaterial the way it be don't film they for go do a story. Where Sophie been go back, it been tweet say free press not the Salon. Now all of them case there they look at this morning and analyze if not true, say freedom of speech, free press and human rights really not the Salon. You go know inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning.
All right, and members, you say for the watch the Breakfast Show can send a message to the number +232 74 200 545 or drop your comments at the comment section at the different platform them. Also, you the watch with this morning. We dey continue with the Breakfast Show. Quickly, we're gonna Sunny Abacha Street. Also, yesterday we see plenty of that them not being agreed for open and shop them because according to them, they say the money we they pay for clear container and customs don't pass mark. We make them not able to make profits by the business them where they do. Well, let me just watch as we report Mozetta Moningo bingo waka day yesterday and na this a bring come.
Tuesday, March 4 this year, some business people them where they do business na the Sunny Abacha streets. We lock them shop and they want them where they sell na table be cover them business them. And this na be a great concern to people where want for buy from them people them here. Well, this make I been talk to some of them business people them here, but why them lock them shop?
What's that people lock the shop, they shop them. They say na 200 million for clear one great container. Now we can look say them money how they deal with you. So money na also they go to us there. Don't get money for long. You say they find one too much somehow. For long so long we should not na microcredit money there. Now if you don't pay the tickets, you tell almost 40 to 50 million for tickets for you. What you get for going to that? You can't pay back 200 million. What you will get again? You can't say right how they constrain. And the money they back where they want to clear back. So they pass you go talk to a company trader. And that company trader back where you go talk to you can't get money back. Then they all at the end will go they send a losses.
We get the issue with NRE. NRE is income. up. But we go now almost 70%. We will pay 135. We now will pay 200 million container, and it is still not for me.
Well, they lock the shop because of the water king, the custom don't go up. And we the trader then, if the custom now so they will not be able to do business. Because some of we now will survive.
I come up from Bo. We come for buy markets, we come in shop, they all up. We not able to buy markets. Then we don't ask, they say they don't ask the tax now water king. Now side for sleep, we don't get side for sleep. See, right now we are single parents there. The thing not easy to see right now, business more than right now.
With this concern, this make the people they call on government for address their issue.
Let government help me, but then release all the prices for the container. Via Abacha said it, but they are help me.
So government will see to the problems. So government will solve it for me. They bring government, let them see to the problem there. We not get no side for being a citizen of this country. How we find money now, we find living to take care of the family or picking them up. So let the government help me.
So we plead to the government. We are not beg with the beg, not survive force. Because some of you are single parents. Now from here that will survive. Now beg with the beg papa government. We know they challenge them all, but the way the thing they go, you know go able to fit. It not go sweet. The custom now be 140 million. But right now they don't make 450 million. So now that I don't make we don't strike. We still will not go do business because the custom too pay high. So we they beg Papa government, we not they challenge you.
So do you have Papa government with a beg? Let them put it as on. From now we self not go school, but now beyond we they live right now. Now beg with a beg, Papa government. Do you have beg?
Yusuf Conte, na the chairman for Guinea store, self been gets concerned.
Well, we get understanding the price where the pay for container for food, there is up so much. So it's like the people they find it very difficult for clear and container. So that's the reason people decide for workshop. I am very too late now because I mean say we will do wholesale retail business where they buy from them, where the importers in. It is very difficult because the price away we feel instead of people selling wholesale for themselves and make more profit really
With the current situation and price control issue, what it go be the next step for them business people here? Liberty Online TV go continue for monitor these new developments. For Liberty Online TV, Monseta Monigo Masakoil, the reports.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show. Well, that's our reporter, Mozetta. We've been going yesterday at some parts of Freetown and talk to trader them where be locked and shop them because they say the National Revenue Authority through government don't increase tax for them. Well, Liberty Online TV, they try to get somebody from the National Revenue Authority we go can explain if not true say they increase tax or waiting happen with some of the tax system within trade that they also be they pay for clearing goods then our key. We will continue to follow this story closely and we go bring count on our latest developments them where they happen with the trader situation and that of the NRA. You they watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Earlier we tell una say today we they can analyze issues them we get for do with freedom of expression or freedom of speech, free press, human rights, and plenty things them where don't they happen in terms of people and freedom. One of the case study they can look at extensively na that of Hawa Hunt, where na a reality TV star contestant where police been go arrest during the House of Stars reality TV show. From that 10-day, police been detained him, charge and go court. He appeared several times. And according to a lawyer, them then say they don't ask for bail. Plenty time, but then they refuse and bail. Our hunting issue be make the Canadian consul be resigned, and also Siusa in Peking been take na international media them. They appeal to the authority them na salon for release Imama. Well, few days back, the First Lady be make a video through a official Facebook page. It say they appeal to the authority them for let them release our own. So we look at the video where the First Lady make.
Civilians just decree tonight this holy month of Ramadan, and for wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful Ramadan. May Allah accept all we prayers them and we fasting them, that whatever way they were good for we, may God grant them for we. Anything way they were no good for we, may God push them far away from we. I just want to address an issue where it don't go on for far too long, and today is the first day of Ramadan, and I feel say today now one day we not best day for this to talk to the people in Sierra Leone. As you can see, actually they suffer from a little bit of cold, but it is okay. The issue I want to talk about first of all, the issue of Hawa Hunt. I don't see a whole lot of people on the point finger at me for Hawa Hunt. They talk about waiting Hawa Hunt, me do Hawa Hunt, or waiting I not do Hawa Hunt, and all of that. I want to make something very clear. I don't get no idea would I arrest Hawa Hunt. I don't know when they arrest her. The program where Hawa Hunt come down in the first place. I don't ever watch the program. So whatever happened at the program, I don't get a clue. I don't know nothing about Hawa Hunt in arrest. And I know they follow social media for know what they go on social media. The person who first called me, that maybe 4 or 5 days after they don't arrest Hawa Hunt, and ask about this issue to me, and being Dr. Sylvia Blyden, bring and come up say, oh, some people then go arrest Hawa Hunt on a program when they say, na me send them for go arrest her. I ask him, I say, which program that one day? I even ask, I say, but please, I say, no, I hope this is a joke. Now he say, no, he say, some people then go arrest Hawa Hunt, and there's this whole thing going around saying, na me send the people and for go arrest Hawa Hunt. Now, I was very confused because this when they go towards the Christmas, New Year holiday, and I've been on go up na the island, so I said no, it can't be true. Anyway, fast forward, when I come back and understand, say yes, somebody go arrest Hawa Hunt, I make them very clear to her and say no, I not get nothing for do with Hawa Hunt in arrest one. And the fact is, I not be sabi this lady as Hawa Hunt. So even at that point where they talk to me about Hawa Hunt, I don't know who that na Hawa Hunt, because I not sabi am as Hawa Hunt. Now when I eventually get for see one of him video them, then I see say yes, this is the lady called Madiana. We know on social media saying I name Madiana Hunt. You know, we have been on block long time ago. But I feel so disappointed with Solonians then, with something happen, even when they don't know the truth, then we just begin for talk. In the first place, am I happy then whole Madiana? No, I am not. And this, another one, na me send for letting arrest them, I have nothing to do with it. I don't even know when then they arrest them in the first place. But also, a right waiting Madiana been they do on social media about me. This not the question where nobody know the answer. Everybody they say yes, or we know say it don't do wrong, we are sorry. And the upsetting part is the fact that everybody they talk say, he only do them towards election. And that's a lie. Madiana Hunt, I block him from 2022. Because this woman make me a religion. This woman go insult me mama, insult me pikin, call me pikin bastard, tell me, call me pikin. Me, I get big pikin like in pikin where they na social media they talk. I get big pikin them. If you dey go na social media, you try to make me look like I was an international prostitute where you don't know me from Adam. I don't know this woman. I know one day sabi this woman. I not ever come across this woman in any way or anyhow. This woman taunt me from 2022. From end of 2021, This is when COVID been there. When COVID been there, we all been just busy. Everybody there in our house. The one person will be make me in religion na the wall na be Madiana Hunt. Madiana Hunt me, picking them, insult me, mama, me picking them. They not do the nothing. They not the part of anything. But just take we make we in religion and say all kind of thing about me. And then move on from me picking them and me parents them and then transfer into Madabio and begin for say all kind of thing about Madabio. At that point where I know say this is becoming too depressing, I block them completely on social media and make sure say I don't see anything where it is say. So for say now one video a poll where now towards the election, that is not true. Our own self knows say he know exactly a new profile where he do. A new profile he do September 2024. And for somebody when a reality TV person, who wanna the claims in a reality TV person, for somebody who wanna the claims say she's famous, everybody know her, you will not have social media handle 2 months into coming into a campaign or for be a reality star, and you tell me say that person they na reality person. No. This woman don't in a social media for God know how long. Now only way it come on that show, I believe say, because he know exactly what he don't say about me and about the president and about me picking them, me mama, we no get nothing for do with anything. Now Lord be honest here. If it's somebody they come and curse you, mama we born you every day. Our Hunt been getting program where they go to gym. That is how I know him. Now gym in the day. It go say all kind of nasty thing about me and my entire family. Things that will not ever be true. Our Hunt will say things about me. Even me self, I sit down and cry by myself. For say why this woman hates me this much. But then I take the courage say, you know what, because I'm able to stop him, make I just block him on social media. So whatever I want to go through, you know, get nothing for do with me. Me no sanction him, I no arrest him, I no send him court, I no send him prison. But and for say where I see him or when are the people and they send me message, they talk about Hawa Hunt, I choose not to get myself involved in anything that involved that woman. Because when that woman they been the harassment at the wall, nobody came to my aid. Nobody not come for say what in this woman they do is wrong. But this day today, I no say yes. I be not say to myself say I no go ever put my mouth on whatever they go on with Hawa Hunt. But as a woman and as a mother, I see I'm say today na the first day of Ramadan, and if there is one thing I want for do, I want for beg for him and ask whoever they be in Hawa Hunt incarceration, make them left him, make it go to him picking them, because every mama supposed for day with him picking them. That is what I'm begging for. At the beg whoever they when a dang they behind Hawa Hunt in incarceration, please, I beg you this holiday, make.
Alright, welcome back. Well, that's the First Lady, Madam Fatima, been they make statements on the 1st of March. Also, according to her, maybe they call on the one them will be hold Hawa Hunt for let them go left farm. As is say, according to them, they don't forgive Hawa Hunt for all waiting being transpire where plenty people believe in that be make police be arrest them where been go for the reality TV show where them be arrest them and go a be the detention for over 2 months. Well, we continue to look at this issue after that particular call the way the First Lady be make. After where plenty people in the public be done the advocates and the big for letting left Hawa Hunt. Finally, where the First Lady be asked the authority them way hold them for letting left him. We see Usa yesterday in the afternoon, they may get for finally free Hawa Hunt. And lawyer Rashid Dumbuya now be the legal representative for Hawa Hunt. We be done the appear in a court. Instead, we don't ask for let them go give bail to Hawa Hunt, but we not been see the court grant and this. Well, after the release yesterday of Hawa Hunt, it been get short message where it been give to the public regarding the release of Hawa Hunt. Let me just watch as lawyer Rashid Dumbuya been there with Hawa Hunt yesterday where them be left him.
It has been a long day, but we thank God eventually. Today, our Madam Hunt has been discharged of all counts before the judge and the High Court, Justice Tonya Bennett. And in her ruling, she made very clear that all our documents, that documents must be handed over to her. And we thank the state actors that helped in getting this verdict, especially the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and of course the office, all the prosecutors attached to that office. We thank you very much for the speed which you showed in trying to get the documents all together today and getting the hour out and even ensuring that the indictment is prepared in one day. The Chief Justice for also assigning it on the very day to a judge, and the judge for also sitting on the matter and accordingly allowing my client to have justice. It's a long day and we thank God for everything. So Hawa is finally out and she has been discharged on all counts, making her a free woman today. And she is around at the moment. She has her plans and this is her country, and we trust that she will have a good time. So all of you out there, let's move. It's over, let's move. We thank God for everything. And God be the glory.
Thank you, Sir.
All right, that's na be message where lawyer Rashid Dumboya will be they represent Hawa Hunt for all the term them where the case be there for magistrate court so then send them high court yesterday after they don't drop all the charges them against Hawa Hunt. Na message then they way been give to Sierra Leonean them where be done the big authority them where them be believe say get hands by our auntie arrest for the left hand. But finally, after the First Lady been plead with the authority them, all of a sudden they release Hawa Hunt, and that's you just don't listen to in lawyer when a lawyer Rashid Dumboya. But again, one pressure group where be done they raise them voice and they call on the authority them for grant bail by then to Hawa Hunt, na lawyer society where them be believe say waiting Hawa Hunt be the stand trial for ending a detention for not to case we warrant for the detention. Well, after yesterday they be released, some still say the Lawyers Society be tweet them position in all of which be happen. Well, on the phone we get Claude Bami Davis, when the public relations officer for Lawyers Society. Good morning, Claude, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, Liberty Online, and thank you very much for having me on phone.
As I don't tell we viewers them, una na one of the pressure group there where we don't they learn on a voice from the time where they arrest our aunts na TV, care and go CID, spend some days there so they then charge the case go court. First of all, for people who know they follow a position they will not be done they make, waiting na be una first position will not ever make in relation to our auntie arrest.
First of all, we understand the issue. See, there has not been any complainant in this matter. And we all the view say, since it's a criminal matter, there has to be a complainant. The person we go report say, our aunt do so to me, we amount to a criminal offense. During the trial, we follow up through the trial, we not ever get a complainant. We go make statement na police. So that they don't be with first concern. Say there has not been a complainant. There has to have been somebody where they go make statement, the police investigate the complaint of the person. But that was not done. All right. So we from that point, from that outset, see this trial, it falls short of the requirement for make it proceed because there was no, or there is no complainant. We make report to the police. So we demand say the police then just take upon themselves and say, oh, wait till we find out na social media amount to a criminal offense, and what is this criminal offense, and as against who that this criminal offense go.
But the last time we host the deputy head of media and the Salon Police, we ask him this same question and he clarifies say the complainant na the Inspector General of Police.
Okay, well, you see, that is the other issue. In criminal action as such, remember, say this the social media post them where they say allege were thrown at persons, all right? And now they say the Inspector General. Was the Inspector General mentioned in whatever Hawa Hunt said? The question is no. We all don't see we don't hear or don't see the post where Hawa Hunt's been posted. So we all the view say that is not the position of the law. They have it at their own side. We're saying that is not the position of the law. The complainant should be the person affected by the post. Again, in fact, I make in tweet we say there are civil remedies available because we look at this, at worst case, it may amount to defamation, where the person gets right for go by civil litigation and seek for remedies in the court. The Inspector General was not affected by the post of Hawa Hunt. We all know the persons mentioned in the audio or the message, not the Inspector General of Police. That is our position.
So fast forward from down a position the way Una been gets, we see after all the calls from different civil society body, them individuals, so they make call on the social media. They ask for let them left Hawa Hunt. We see on the 1st of March, the First Lady been go live now in Facebook. Osai been talk about this issue we get for do it Hawa Hunt and ask that the one them way Olam because according to them, it say in hand no dey pan the arrest, but it a beg for let them left him. And immediately after that, we see yesterday, finally, the authorities then began for release Hawa Hunt, and we even don't hear it from in lawyer, we been the representative in a court, we even been they ask back for bail, but it not been get the bail. And we see Una release Una pull, Una get a short tweet where Una right say, it sound like say the words of politicians them, look they get weight past the rule of law. So now they remind people and say, even though then they gladly say authority they don't left Hawa Hunt, Una while they take that into consideration. Why Una take this kind of position at this time?
Well, this is clear. Imagine Hawa Hunt don't get in legal representation from the term we then take and go na court. They don't quote all of the laws, don't put all of the submissions and arguments. They're not old yet. We wait until the First Lady now plead, and where even the law make provision as to what would have happened. So now make we tweet say, oh, it's as if the politicians them get power now past the rule of law, because the rule of law is there. The procedures are there for criminal proceedings. And now we go through the trial, our aunt go through the trial with legal representation, not to forsake, you know, get lawyer them, but nothing happened, no bail was granted, and it was only after the First Lady plead that consideration for discharge or whatever it is was given, and then our aunt being therefore be released. So now make we tweet say, is it that it looks like the word of the politicians now carry weight past the rule of law? Because this is nothing where they don't give consideration to the rule of law, and we don't find ourselves in the same position. But it's as if now on the plea of the First Lady that we able to forget our aunt for the discharge, regardless several other pleas from various civil society organizations, international bodies, etc., etc.
The independence of the Salon Judiciary now one we don't come under serious questioning, especially with how things that they happen lately in the country. With this scenario they discuss, the issue of our Hunt, after I don't spend several days in detention, in case come up from magistrate court, go high court, all of a sudden, within a day, when the First Lady plead, say, let them release him, then drop all charges, hand over in traveling documents them to them, according to waiting in lawyer, update the public. Is it safe for still question the independence of the Salon Judiciary, Bami?
Well, what thing I go say about this is that the public get right for raise questions as to the judiciary. And, you know, this is the reason exactly why the Lawyer Society want for TNAP and cooperate with the judiciary so that we can restore the dignity of a profession and the judiciary again. Because people, I mean, just like how the media, they think, and so the public, they think, say, oh, it's only on the plea. It is quite clear. Say only on the plea, because there have been other pleas before now, that it is only on the plea of the First Lady that consideration for discharge the matter was given to our aunt. You know, so I mean, we cannot you know, hold people to hostage because they think, say, the judiciary is a bit being influenced by the politicians. It is as a result of what is unfolding. And so that is why we have kept to our toes that we try for restore the dignity and the independence of the judiciary. And we however, make sure, say, we pursue this and we cooperate and coordinate with the judiciary so that the perception of people having the judiciary being into the pockets of politicians could be dispelled, because we don't want it to be seen that way. And we know we're making strides and efforts so that the independence of the judiciary could always be seen upheld in the dispensation of justice.
So like on a state say, it seems like say the words of the politician them seem forget weight over the rule of law. Waiting the judiciary miss in this scenario where we look at the case of Hawa Hunt?
Well, we think, say, from the time with the matter when Hawa Hunt be arraigned before the magistrate court, it be represented. And I have personally been in the sittings for 2 or 3 occasions. And we think, say, the lawyer when they represent our aunt don't make all the necessary applications as per the Criminal Procedure Act. And we feel, say, from their arguments then this position would have been, realized before now, to have given consideration, say, okay, in the absence of this, what we're saying, even the issue of bail, forget about discharging the matter, because we as lawyers, we believe, say, bail is not a bar to the proceeding. You can accord the person bail, and then if you think, say, you still want to inquire into the issue, you have the right. You're just releasing the person from the walls of the prisons, and then it continue for attend to trial and una proceed if you think, say, there is reason to proceed. But even bail was not considered. And so we think, say, certain things then they will not being considered for the release of our aunt until now.
Waiting the effects where this gets overall on the rule of law?
Well, we first of all want to say again, by the position of, because I see another post from the judiciary, so say the director of public prosecutions, Naim, go by section 66, subsection 4, paragraph C, say for make them discharge, because the director of public prosecutions get written and called non-prosecute powers. Say it can go into a matter at any stage of that matter, or say don't prosecute. So it was that power where the director of public prosecutions get, Naim exercise. So again, we're not crucifying the judiciary entirely, but we're saying we want to thank the DPP again for using that authority, that powers. So it creates a balance, yes, in as much as the public is questioning the judiciary, but on a balance, the director of public prosecutions don't use the power for stop the prosecution and make them discharge the matter. So the judiciary again consider the powers of the director of public prosecution and the learned judge, when Justice of the Court of Appeal, Tonya Barnett, be able to consider the powers and then discharge our aunt from all charges.
Bami, with all the issues there where they happen, we take the same our haunting case as a case study. The one who gets for the foreign journalist Sophie Webbing Cam. We all see where it go back after all they destroy SD card. We say all the material then they for do the story where it can a salon for not able for do them. It clearly make a tweet say there is no free press in Sierra Leone. And with our haunting issue, how we take a U-turn after the first lady plead, they release them automatically. Now, instances then this way enough for measure how tight the space is for talk freely, even as a journalist or as an activist?
Well, you see, yes, as I mentioned earlier, the public don't always they get situations for point at say press press freedom not be realized in this country. And again, it comes back to the point, say, we vividly recall, say, the libel laws, Sludge Fest, then pull the libel laws. But now what is being seen is that with all that one day where they pull, we still they get them instances of journalists, of people talking their minds, giving, exercising their freedom of expression, yet they are being investigated by the police, whether on anybody in ticket or not, that you should not have said this. This is a concern for all of us. And the public is there judging, just as you point out, the international journalists who came. And then now, in don't go with that impression. And this is why we're saying we have to get our country for making a day in the good book of the international community. All of those things that we're doing, they point negatively to we. And we only hope, say, we go consider them positions they are and know how we handle freedoms of expression whenever they are exercised. We want to make we country then at the good books. And that is why we are coming in to state things as they are so that we authorities them will take a keen look at them and understand, say, this is a democratic state. And freedom of expression, now one of the elements on which democracy can thrive. You cannot muzzle the views of people when you practice in democracy. And that is why we are calling on government and all other people that are the stakeholders in upholding the tenets of democracy for make sure we practice democracy in its true sense.
In terms of freedom of expression, then scenario here where we look at this morning, is safe for use and say na deliberate tactics where people in authority they use for intimidate people not for speak out freely?
You see, there is a little bit of a confusion on this our hunting situation now, especially when it came out that the First Lady, the First Lady now come out the plead for him. He's saying another day. So you're wondering somebody who was being said to be abused by our hunting post or feeling insulted by our hunting post, said me another candidate. So you're wondering if now the police then take upon themselves for go investigate somebody who has not been complained of. And we know, so we are saying we are confused. And this confusion is what we should stop, because the person where we feel hot, say, no, me are not a pandiso. So it is those state institutions that we're calling out now, say them for stop this. You have to have got a complainant. The person will feel bad about this issue. Now the first lady is saying, me are not a pan with our own soul. So there is this confusion, whether actually the powers that be are giving the police any instruction, or it is the police being a state institution that is on its own will of volition, they try for create then situation there where they point to freedom of expression.
Based on the way how the whole matter end, waiting the police and the judiciary supposed for learn from this moving forward?
Me go take them back to what is enshrined in our constitution. And since this is a democratic state, we therefore make sure that we uphold the tenets and elements of democracy, among which is the freedom of expression. If at any point where person talk, you get reason for leading to what he say, yes, we know with the rights there are responsibilities. And we cannot stop short at calling anybody will not be able responsibly in exercising a right. But you cannot be muzzling people for expressing their views about governance, about issues, about national concern, So taking it back to the constitution means we know say we country in a democratic state, and we're all poised to upholding democracy and democratic principles. So we know for the duty, we for the essential, we say, if we know say any step where we take or question with democratic practice, we should advise ourselves from not taking those steps. And need a call on them to go back and look at the Constitution, give citizens the right to let it express themselves, and maybe they associate themselves with any side, maybe they assemble any side where they want to do things, they have that right. It is a right provided for in the Constitution. This is not something where we say, nah, sorry for happening. I mean, say we just the thing saying, nah, sorry for happening. It is what is in our sacred book, which is the 1991 Constitution, and I think every state authority, every state institution for guard and guide them principles daily and see them in practice in the dispensation of democratic principles.
All right, many thanks. Claude Bami Davis, Public Relations Officer, Lawyers Society, we talked to win at the program this morning. We continue with the Liberty Breakfast Show, and that's the Public Relations Officer for the Lawyers Society Sierra Leone, a pressure group, we then said yesterday after we our hunts, they be released some from prison. They make a tweet, now the official ex-handle say, italics say, the politician them voice now looks strong past the rule of law. So if they give the Lawyers Society them position on our hunting, arrest and detention and all the trial them where it go through from magistrate court, sote it go now the high court. And finally, after all the first lady been big for them, they drop all the charges on our hunt, although the first lady say it not get nothing for do with our hunting arrest. But now the video will play earlier, the first lady say for a very long time our hunts don't they cost him, it don't they cost him picking there in mama and even in man. But he say don't forgive him because this na Ramadan. Well, we continue for look at this issue. On the line, we get Arthur Pratt, a filmmaker and also a social commentator. We closely on the comment on different issues them where we discuss na the program. And also not forget say we go talk to Melvin Tejan Davis, we na a Melvin Tejan Mansaray, sorry, when a journalist, we for about 53 days now. The Speaker of Parliament been banned am not for enter Parliament, and then be sent am before the Ethics Committee. And yesterday it been go with a lawyer them for the hearing. Waiting be happen, we'll go talk to Melvin later on inside the program. Well, we're gonna on the line and talk to one of the social commentators. They will go help we analyze all of the issues there. We get for do with free press, human rights, and also freedom of speech, where many people in a salon believe say the space tight now for be a journalist or an activist. Good morning, Arthur, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
All right, I believe so you don't follow the conversation this morning from where we start. We start with the video of the First Lady, where we make a plea for our hunts. We don't spend several time in detention. All of a sudden, it say they beg for the authority they left them. Yesterday, they dropped all the charges. And we don't listen also to the Lawyer Society and Public Relations Officer. We make them position known. According to them, italics say politician and voice heavy now past the rule of law. You don't follow this issue closely. Start for tell with viewers them exactly what you think about the entire space na salon, especially we want for be an activist or a journalist.
Well, first of all, we for no say Sierra Leone we don't go through 12 years of civil war. And when we been look at waiting being caused the war in Sierra Leone, one of the most important things them we that been the findings now been the point to the independence of the judiciary of Sierra Leone, pointing to the fact that the Sierra Leone judiciary they very closely aligned with politicians, and the judiciary they function properly as how we for function for the people. Rather, the judiciary they toe the line of politicians. The judiciary more they take orders from politicians, which should say the judiciary actually not independent. And we remember say this now one of the reasons we may make the war be happen, because people them they feel say we know they get justice, if you go to court, two things will be always the happen and still the happen are the fact that the one that we get power when a politician, if then can you go court, you don't already lost the case by virtue of the right say, then they not power, then a politician, no, so you don't lost the case. The other set of people go, can you go court, you go say, you know, so you don't lost the case now. The one that we wealthy, when you take poor man to court, the poor man will say, well, this person get money, he don't lost the case. The only reason we go make you see that poor man, they probably for a small chance, winning case or then dismiss an case. Now, probably because either you get political pressure behind the why we get money and all of that. So all of that is show we say we judiciary actually get problem with judiciary in Sierra Leone not independent at all. When you look at our hunting case now a very, very interesting case. In the first instance, I listened to all waiting by me saying, by me talk, all waiting by me to talk, it quite correct, 100%. The first instance we'll look at now, these statements that we our aunt make, were they made in Sierra Leone or outside Sierra Leone? So the court not even gets you not even gets right for try our aunt in case because our aunt in case they not make an Sierra Leone. Not Sierra Leone, our aunts, we talk all of them, talk then they where the court could say, okay, it they within which would they call them jurisprudence or whatever it is. If they making statements them out of Sierra Leone, na Canada, na Usai ide. And therefore, if the first lady of Sierra Leone or anybody will have for prosecute our aunt for a statement we did, now outside the judiciary get power, I think you go prosecutor. Not to inside Sierra Leone, because you know make them within the boundaries, the legal boundaries of Sierra Leone. That's one. Number two, when we talk about freedom of expression, people are not understand. When I can listen to people when they talk about our aunt in case, oh, our aunt talk bad, our aunt talk this, he talk that. People are not understand. Say when you become a public figure, you don't become president, minister, director, permanent secretary, whatever it is, you hold a public office. Your life don't become a public property. And therefore, if people and they talk, then they go back to your lifestyle, then they go back to your living pattern, then they go back to many things for point as to waiting and they talk. And when people and they express themselves, you see expressions, they come in two forms. Expressions will come in a very mild form, and expressions can come in a form where not mild at all. So people are not for the thing to say freedom of expression has to be somebody where they talk they talk decently or they talk Bible or they talk Quran. No, people and they express themselves by bringing out through words and other forms of reactions. You understand me as to how they perceive the situation. It can be through words, it can be through film, like a way they make documentaries. We can express yourself through we creative artwork. People when they listen music, musicians are expressing themselves through music and all of that. But the biggest problem with the gets in Sierra Leone are the fact that when you get a political party in power, for every statement, especially a political party like the SLPP party, I'm going to point this at them because they're very notorious for arresting people where they come out and criticize them or where they come out and make statements them towards their leadership, where they feel to say they hurt them, and then they go out and fight and make and do everything for ensure say they lock you up, especially this particular SLPP government, because this is not something where we not see under Pakaba. This is not something we will not see under Anes by Koroma. Pakaba in government and Anes by Koroma in government. Now, two governments same way. Me personally and strongly believe say do what they can for ensure say them promote freedom of expression, but not this government. This government don't stifle people into the point that people have become stoic silence. In the what I mean by that, that people want for talk the truth and they see how they talk the truth, but then they go under Kobalapa for talk the truth. You know, people get right for express themselves in their own ways, and probably their expressions then they.
This particular SLPP government, where they now have power, then they stifle people and freedom of speech. And the case what they look at this morning, what they use as a case study, now that's of Hawa Hunt, or Logan can talk about Melvin again, and Sophie, the Dutch journalist. But you all get for do with our Hunt. The first lady in video where he make or play earlier, it make and clear say, it not get nothing for do with this case. Not so he reports our Hunt, although our Hunt, according to don't they bully him na the social media for a very long time we left her with no option rather than for block our hunts.
Let we know this thing. Let we know this thing, Sierra Leoneans. In the very first place, Melvin don't explain to una the legal blunders the way they make. Mr. Melvin, sorry, the man from lawyers don't explain to we the legal blunders the way they make with prosecuting the case as a criminal case. The first lady say not to him order our auntie arrest. Now, who done the possible order our auntie arrest? If you just go and say, okay, now the Inspector General, and the Inspector General of Police not gets that power, they for just sit down and say, okay, this person, we find out in a social thing, it do na social media, and then we can prosecute him. You not get that power there, because if no one wants to do that one day, I believe said the Inspector General of Police for first of all decide as to whether this thing they within the judicial confines of Sierra Leone, rather than just arrest somebody because he cannot Sierra Leone, if we make that statement the way they call. So you want to tell me, say, if an American citizen within America criticize the government of Sierra Leone and say something negative about President Julius Maada Bio and in government, when that person they go to Sierra Leone, in as much as what he say, not say na Sierra Leone, go Holland for the statement we make in America, you know, correct. The fact of the matter is the presidency get hand on the arrest of our aunt. And the first lady, for me, she's not been truthful. She's not been truthful, because when you listen to what he talk, the way he talk at the end of the day, after he denies any organ that he lists series of things that we feel to say our aunt don't do them. Our aunt causing mama, our aunt causing family, our aunt causing picking them, our aunt to do this. You know me know him as our aunt, it be know as Madiana, and all of them thing in the. That tell you see the arrest come out within the presidency, nothing done. So, like me not buy that denial at all. I not buy that denial at all. Because if not so you do them, from the time where they don't arrest our aunt to now, in a month you don't get a detention. And it then at detention, you don't ever come up. You only come up now at this point where you say, okay, this are the first of Ramadan. You think to say because it's the first of Ramadan, and you for exercise mercy onto somebody, onto somebody. We come back to another question of religious tolerance. Whether me go ask the first lady, is Sierra Leone a Muslim state or a secular state? These are not things you do from the presidency. These are not things you do. If you guys were very, very sincere, say this thing not get nothing to do with our aunt, how special is our aunt's case to the point that we're unable for Gam bail. We're not give for Gam bail. We're put on through tortures, we're torture and through the whole thing, only now for make out when wake one morning, or the first lady say no, not to me do this thing, no, and you are the big the one that we do another release on our aunt, and then the waiting happen now, the DPP go and say it drop all charges against our aunt. That shows you that these people are being influenced by the political powers that be. They are not independent. What was done because to please the political the presidency, or it come up from SLPP party leadership.
So your previous statements where you say this kind of thing where they happen in terms of freedom of expression, according to you believe say the space don't they shrink. And based on your analysis where you give, where results so that your statements they, what do you think say go wrong? Follow with the situation also with this so right now, people get issues with the law, especially when it comes to thing we get for with freedom of expression.
Because government don't want to be accountable. People within an authority just don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be criticized. They don't want anybody for point them wrongs, them minuses, and them pluses. Now that's a lead to people that they first forget absolute power. They want to get power for do waiting they want for do, how they want for do them when they in authority. They no one for be responsible. And in a democracy, the government get for be responsible to the law and to the people. Now, it make a country like Sierra Leone get constitution, we get code, we get criminal codes, we get all the laws them way necessary for function decently, for function in ways where the poor man and the man will not get and will not gain a power go feel say is secure. Not only go feel, but go see say is secure within the country. But because people in the power and they just want for control power and use power how they want them, how they want for use them, like being like just like a Christmas. Just like a Christmas, you want for ensure say what talk, then can arrest that person there. Oh, nobody know for condemn me. Oh, nobody know for do this. Oh, nobody know for say this. Oh, nobody know for turn so. It's very, very wrong. You cannot be in power and say you know for be criticized. You have to be criticized. And some criticism, like I say over and over again, they know they come decently, then they come very, very rough and tough. But no matter what, waiting at the hallmark of leadership. Now the fact that a leader gets a listening ear and the leadership not to take things personal. But the problem with Sierra Leone and the problem with this particular government, I they emphasize them. Now the fact that this government, the people that they run this government, they take things too personal to the extent that then they destroy the structures where for uphold with democracy and where for uphold the judiciary system in the country. Because let me look at this thing. With all of the things that will not happen under this system.
I'll come back to you shortly as we get Melvin Tejan Mansaray now on the line. Melvin Tejan Mansaray, now a journalist, a parliamentary reporter for over 15 years. He done the report on issues them we get for do with parliament and self. He done they serve as a social commentator on various issues them we get for do with good governance and human rights. But this BNT Musi Usai Parliament through the Speaker, Honorable Sengepo Thomas, been said and they ban Melvin not for go inside Parliament again because them believe say Melvin they report things them about Parliament were misleading. And this case done there now for about 53 days as of yesterday. Melvin not able to go to Parliament, and then before that send them to the Ethics Committee in Parliament for let them investigate them. Yesterday na be the first hearing. We get Melvin Tejan Mansaray on the line. Good morning, Melvin, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much for having me, and good morning to Fambul and Radio Land and virtually.
I just don't give people a background as to how your issue starts up. Firstly, yesterday, before the hearing, you say you get information, say police be want for arrest you. But at some point, your lawyer been come and I go through the hearing successfully. As a journalist, I stand for be corrected, but I believe say that the first step is for sending an ethics committee. How you feel for go sit down before member of parliament and they investigate you for a statement or a report will you be make on Parliament?
Well, it brings mixed feeling. According to my research from the parliamentary records itself, being in the answers and the votes and proceedings, never in the history of Parliament that the privileges and ethics committee don't ever summon a journalist. It's been quite rare because we see that the ethics committee, the few people that we don't go in are the likes of Honorable Tawa, Honorable Indolo Kebao, Dr. James Vibi, and the former mayor of Kenema City, J.S. Kelfala. So these were all persons in positions of trust and public office holders. But for a journalist, it was quite rare and unprecedented. For me, it was one of mixed reaction. Firstly, the debate was, should a journalist appear before the Privileges Committee? And thankfully, after I do my research and that of advice from a legal from the lawyers and other experts them at home and abroad, it was clear that yes, if a journalist is perceived to have violated Section 95, where they create anything for where they affront the dignity of Parliament, it can be summoned. And a case study where I reached that conclusion there, now Ghana, in the case of Professor Dodo, where it been talk say the members of Parliament they're ignorant as to what they talk about. By then it was Ebola. So yes, indeed, I appeared before the committee after 2 occasions where the committee been on postponed the hearing. And interestingly, it was interesting because behind the scene there were a lot of back and forth exchanges between me and the clerk as to the terms and conditions of the hearing. Firstly, whether it was supposed to be open, and I think I won on that. Whether my lawyer would be in present, and I think I won on that. Unfortunately, I could not win on whether my statements are forbidden verbatim and whether my lawyers then forbidden talk. And that was owing to the technicality where the committee, one of the committee members, Honorable Daniel Kourimase, I forbidden serve them with statements before presenting anything on that. Being technical as it is, but understanding the procedures of Parliament, I find a way for go beyond around that and be read excerpts of me 6 pages statement. And interestingly, so I see many of, including the Parliament website, just a focus on apology, not stating that I use 3 or 4 pages encapsulating and cataloging not only who is Melvin, but what are the implications of this, and ultimately why Melvin feels say this matter should be laid to rest. And as at yesterday, it was 53 days of being banned. And interestingly, one of the parliamentarians say long time. And I've been careful to tell them plain say yes, it's been a long time because of the ban of the speaker. That being said, I think yes, my full statements they out now, where people can go read and digest. But the long and short of it, in the conclusion paragraphs, I state that if the speaker feel offended, that was not my intention, and for that I retract. And if some of the opposition MPs them feel also offended in saying that some of them kekwe, that was not my intention. My intention was to enforce the need for effective representation. So there are lots of highlights, but thankfully the committee was, I want to say, very, very noble.
Melvin, you retracting your statement and apologizing at your conclusion. What you go say to somebody where go say Parliament gets you exactly who side they want you, for muzzle you as a journalist, where the last they will talk to you, you be still stand by your word them, you be still believe say the MP they not act right in that particular decision, we get for do with the former Auditor General, and you be still believe say most of them been kept away. Now you don't retract and apologize. They don't get you side they want you?
Khadija, they don't get me nowhere outside they want me, because if not, I don't probably even grant this interview. I don't forget for talk about time, because mind you, the matter is still inconclusive. I'm still being banned, and we don't know when the Ethics Committee will publish their reports. And if you follow precedent, this is a committee where rarely publishes reports. But the fact remains, Khadija, I can't for learn something from this whole saga that what you talk, you get power for talk, but not you get the power for interpret them. I might say Khadija is a fine journalist, but when other person the interpreter, it's different. So you have a right to your free expression and speech, but also another person get a right to a free interpretation of those speeches. And in this case, if you look at, firstly, in Sierra Leone, we don't have a legislation on parliamentary privileges. So, and we not get a precedent in Sierra Leone wherein the Privileges Committee take a decision and that is challenged in court. And if you look at the Constitution and in technicalities, that the decisions of these committees, they are final and cannot be inquired in the court. So it was a situation of common sense prevailing that, of course, in other jurisdictions, people do not challenge that. But in Sierra Leone, looking at with democracy, how it nascent, and looking at the Constitution, how we get loopholes, I think it was wise upon me and my lawyers, if somebody feel bad on what they talk, we still not take away or not deny the fact. And for just a correction, they not say I the misrepresent Parliament. They say I the castigate Parliament. So it was not about it was not the bottom line around truth, because the truth there is they never said a lie, they never say a slander or defame Parliament. They say I castigated Parliament. In other words, my criticisms were harsh. Is that a crime to them? Yes. Is that ordinarily not a crime? Well, inside democracy, they try. But I think, Khadija, the media and everybody need to read through my statement, because I encapsulate and echo some of the points. One of which are that not everything that is legal is right. And even members of the committee, when they go through some of the excerpts of my statements, they hold some of the convictions. So Parliament not corner me at all. It was just the right thing to do, because of the availability of other options is too tight.
So Melvin, if not for the fact, say, the members of Parliament from the Speaker right down to the last MP feel aggrieved and not take what you say with good faith, but they may get issues with you based on the comments and the way you make about Parliament, is there any regrets in waiting you be say, the comments and what you will make?
I think my statement has captured that, and you need to look through the statement.
No, for the benefits of the one that we're not able to go look through your statement, because like you said, states, Melvin, if you go right now the Parliament of Sierra Leone, the official Facebook page, waiting there is that you don't go apologize to the members of Parliament for their comments and they. So if not for the fact, say, them members of Parliament are not glad with you comments them, the one that we're not going to see your own side of your 6-page explanation. Is there any regrets?
Mabel, firstly, that is the point I still want to insist on. If I say I regret or I no regret, it might be contrary or in tandem with my statements. I cannot be a judge in my own cause. But I think my statement clearly states my position. My position of regret is not for speaking the truth. My position of regret is the fact that other persons feel offended, and as per the law give them enormous power when they feel offended for bringing charges. So if I say I regret, another person not get the other context, it goes like, Melvin was not right or Melvin was wrong. That's why I encourage the media and civil society and others with the commentary. In fact, I bring that up with my lawyer once I see the post on the Parliament's website. And that's, we come back for conclude, say, that's why I missed that opportunity and was not allowed the opportunity to read my whole statement. But thank God again, maybe if I be read them, will not be reached then kind of them position there. Maybe not probably say Melvin is detained or Melvin has been arrested, because that was what one of the police officers tell me upon my arrival at Parliament, that there are orders that when you come for arrest you, and the plan was for the police to match me in that kind of way as if Melvin was going to be a criminal, but that was not the case. So to answer your question, you can tell for yourself whether I regret or not if you go through my 6-page statement.
So, Melvin, quickly before we let you go, yesterday, through this picture where we technician the project now, so you be there in full black from you cap where you wear and black. What in exactly you be the protest against?
I was protesting against deprivation. I was protesting against the lack of fair hearing. I was protesting against being punished without being heard. So it was very quite symbolic, and I want to tell Mitela woman thank you, because what I created in my mind is what she gave to me. And of course, let Khadija when a designer and maybe a designer will pick the attire and understand the context that it was a protest. And I think it makes a lot of sense. Not to all protests you go for a placard or for a cause or for a fete or for be arrogant. Certain protests, I mean, I think that Martin Luther King way believe in peaceful protests, and we see how that changed America. So I think, yes, I was protesting that I have been deprived. I was protesting that 53 days, now then they called me for going to me on side. I was protesting that my access to which I love for do best, I don't know about 15 years, as you say, parliamentary reporting was deprived and all that. So, yes, it was an emphatic message, and thanks so much for picking it up.
So you don't publicly withdraw your statements where you be make regarding the issues and maybe they happen at Parliament, that time when you talk the comments in?
By virtue of my letter, and maybe, and Khadija, I will send her for una just now. I don't know if the time will permit me. I will send her for una just now. The statement, well, the committee now will have for receiver because they said I for print 16 copies. Imagine Khadija and Mabel. and poor journalists, they say for print 15 copies. Khadija, if I tell them my personal experience, the morning yesterday for go print the 1 copy, the printer say lights not the. Pass the guy we get for go buy fuel because you understand so much the nature of the thing. So another one tell and say, hey, we got that money they been boku, or another one tell and say lights not there because it will look somehow trivial. But the fact remains, if you go through my statement, some of the portions that where they feel offended over, where I think I've been retracted, but the catch there is I don't know what will be their recommendations as to whether they will be asking again for another public reaction or a public apology. I just don't know. And that's where I want to end this interview by saying that now that it's 54 days, we hope that the committee have been hard for me, and then they read through me letter, then will come out swiftly with their report. Right. We will tell whether this is over or not.
All right. Thank you very much, Melvin. We talked to we inside the breakfast show this morning. Well, that's now Melvin Tejan Mansaray, a journalist, where yesterday he be appear for the first time ever in the history of Parliament. Journalists for appear before the Privileges and Ethics Committee for investigate them because Parliament say Melvin they castigate them. Melvin they talk things them but them where they not feel comfortable for. We make the Speaker, Honorable Sengepo Thomas, been put a ban. Say Melvin not forever until after the investigation go near Parliament again.
All right, we will continue with the breakfast show on Liberty Online Television. We will go back on the line for join Arthur as we just don't hear it from Melvin as to how in issue yesterday be come on before the Privileges and Ethics Committee in Parliament. So they therefore join Arthur again for let we get intake on this whole revelations where don't they happen so far, especially where this case where we look at now gets for do with a journalist where be they doing work, and at the cause of in work, it been say some comments them where according to the Speaker of Parliament, the members of Parliament are not being gladdy with waiting Melvin been say, and is still a stand before the committee. Yesterday they been go question him, and we still wait for see how the conclusion go sound like. But let me just try for check if we get Arthur for still on the line for let we hear it from as to waiting in think but Melvin this issue with Parliament. Members, you say for they watch the breakfast show can send me your message to the number +232 74 200 545. I think we get Arthur back on the line still. Arthur? All right, so we get Arthur on the virtual link where we don't talk about the issue we get for do with freedom of the press, and we just don't listen to Melvin. We don't talk about how he feel after 50 days where Parliament, the Speaker been banned not for going to Parliament. And according to them, not so that waiting he been say, you know, believe in them, but now because the members of Parliament, according to their interpretation, you know, get a good picture of Parliament so the public make the Speaker ban them. And up to now, as we speak, even though it don't go appear before the committee yesterday, the case still not closed yet because we don't know the findings of the committee and waiting and go recommend this issue. What do you think about a journalist where be done the where did they doing work, and in the course of doing in work, it make comments them where Parliament hold them for? What do you think about that?
Well, so I still stand on this point here. The point is politicians taking personal statements them way people they make pointing to them flaws. Then they take them very, very personal. And at this they lead to the oppression where they go on in Sierra Leone. In the very first place, if you look at Melvin, I listen to what Melvin may say about Melvin in talk get for me very, very difficult for say certain things with regards to what Melvin they say, because I get a sense that Melvin wants for go back in the Parliament for go continue in work, so he need for water down some things. Where for me, in my own point, I know the same that way that the CC mortal man for able for man for a cause, for a just cause, for fight a just cause, you get for stand up to some things. But then I also understand now in job, he want to go back to Parliament, and probably he don't use for the report from Parliament, so that's that the easy field for report. But as a journalist, you get rights for report, and you also get rights to your personal analysis of a situation. You get rights for making your own personal analysis. Nobody, all that are part of your freedom of expression. You know, all that are part of your freedom, so you enjoy. But for the Parliament begrudge, individuals in Parliament begrudge because somebody accuse you and say and point a finger and say in nothing to say a particular procedure, right? Or and said that members of the opposition take away or they not come attend an important hearing for attend, and that was the truth. The truth now that the APC will be in power when in the opposition and take away. Let's say on something. So let's understand. If there has been any important parliamentary gathering where the opposition for take very, very important and puts them foot for sure, the people of Sierra Leone say they will not allow this government to oppress them. That's not been that particular thing we get for do with the Auditor General. They should have been there in full force. Not to that 10 day, then they left for go Gambia, say then they go all its kids to Gambia. Now a buyout, now a sellout. And by making statements like that one day, they feel aggrieved because they were guilty. This is not the fact. These guys were all guilty. And you Singapore feel aggrieved because you know say waiting this person points to, you know that the right thing the person point to. You feel aggrieved because they point your vices. And the thing with politicians in Sierra Leone, they always think to say they are above humanity, they are not humans, they cannot make mistakes. Politicians in Europe and in America, within the West, they listen to criticism because they know say they are humans. When people go meet them and tell them, say, well, we look at hearings where they happen Congress every day, national America. During the time of President Biden, we look at one of the hearings in which the head of the border situation now in America was there, I believe, address Congress. When they tell a congresswoman, say, no, let me pay you. Me, I citizen, I me they pay you, I me tax they pay you, not talk to me so or listen to me. Was very, very tough with them. With incident situations then they. But I know they take them back and go to ethics committee. They know they take them back and go for punish them. When you listen, and I know they do, and based on just what Melvin say. Melvin say by information we get from policemen them now that if I calm them match and down and all of that, and that could be true. And that's all the points to waiting. The oppression, all of waiting they happen around Melvin. Now a situation in which Parliament want for oppress Melvin, suppress him for go on his knees and apologize and be careful. And now when they get some from his statement we they make for being very, very careful, he's gonna have to be very, very careful. He cannot even point to the reasons why he's not able for print the material when a very factual reason, a reality that light's not there. Light's not there, the money boko. He never points to that because Parliament go feel offended. Why would they feel offended? Because they are not even talking about the light situation in Parliament. They are not taking enough action, the necessary actions for ensure say they address issues. They are not taking these things. So from my own point of view, there is still oppression going on, and this is a fight. Journalists in Sierra Leone for able for stand up for an ideology. They're able for stand up for a concept, something where they believe in. If you point to a flaws and they are persecuting you for that flaws, don't apologize to them. Stand up on it. Why to the only place for reports from?
My opinion, Arthur, because according to Parliament, even at the Facebook page and at the official page, then certain statements and comments in the way Melvin make against the speaker, according to them, a tantamount for damage the image of Parliament and also go put the whole thing into the whole Parliament into disrepute. Quote and unquote, according to Melvin, in comments the way make been get for do with the decision where Parliament be make, where been come to the Auditor General in voting whether or not if or retain in position, and also some members of Parliament where according to them being kekwe. You think say these particular comments them where Melvin make tantamount to denting the image of Parliament?
Like I say, I still stand on me words that those statements where Melvin make not tantamount to nothing at Parliament. The Speaker of Parliament has no right to take those statements personal. Melvin, they talk say Parliament, they get so much power that if person makes statements and Parliament are aggrieved, then can summon the person and can go. I tell you, the Constitution not give Parliament power for be personally, parliamentarians power for be personally aggrieved on waiting people on the statements that we individuals they make with regards parliamentary procedures and waiting they go on at Parliament. Parliament already in disrepute. Parliament of Sierra Leone get no respect. Because for the fact that Parliament, they sit down on take opposition and parliamentarians there and kick them out of Parliament just because on want for the majority we on not win, Parliament not get respect. Parliament not get respect because the Parliament not go turn the Constitution upside down and bring in an electoral system when unconstitutional just to force in a majority in a Parliament and to force in a particular government. Parliament not get respect. The Sierra Leone Parliament not get respect because when you look at the fact of the things that way they happen, Parliament not they put him out strongly on Usai for put him out. Parliament say, let's tell you, Sierra Leone Parliament they promote corruption because look at the issues of Auditor General's reports. Even this last one we come out. You understand me? They stop the Anti-Corruption Commission from doing its work. Say, oh, okay, past Parliament, sit down, Panam. Parliament, so the Sierra Leone Parliament not even gets that. They not even gets the ability. They might have the power in the books, but the ability for make sure say funds are being returned and restored, they don't have it because we see them almost reports don't come out. Almost money Parliament able to forget that. We see all that thing in this. So then you don't talk say Parliament. Melvin statement and go put Parliament in disrepute. No, the Parliament has to prove to the people that the step we then take was right, and Parliament don't get the ability for prove that to the people. They are not willing to do that. The Parliament of Sierra Leone is not working for the people of Sierra Leone. They are working for themselves and they are working for the government in power. The Parliament in Sierra Leone, they call the government to attention to the wrong, the hills where the government they do. The Parliament and the judiciary of Sierra Leone, they always toe the line of the government. We not get a respect for them and we not think to say that they work away. Those are the plain facts. Those are the truth. Because when you bring all of these situations then together and look at how the Parliament operates over the years with regards to situations and issues the way they can at Parliament, where Parliament for address, we always they find out say when it comes to issues pointing to the presidency, pleasing the executive, the parliaments, they fall to that. That makes some of we they always talk, say, Sierra Leone parliaments we need a constitutional reform. We need constitutional amendments or a constitutional change where they ensure, say, we parliament be totally and absolutely independent, where the president not forget the power for pick the clerk of parliament. Enough for be. If we want to work a true democracy with division of power, we parliament for function like the parliament of the United States.
I thought with waiting they happen so to Melvin, waiting happen to Sophie, the Dutch journalist we come for do a documentary, and even the local journalist Joseph Toure will be accompanying her up till now in Motokade CID, and they on hiding, say he not feel safe. With all of them things here where they happen presently, what do you think say na the future for a free media in a salon?
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I don't know if this government come on a power. I don't know whether we will get a government we go to the line of the government of Ahmed Tejan Kaba and Anes Bai Kogoma for ensure say they improve on the exercise of the rights of the media in Sierra Leone. You look at Melvin institution, you look at this Dutch journalist institution. Now the most shameful things that really happen around we. Because for the fact that this is a foreigner, where can you country, you get permit for can work in your country, you get permit for as a journalist for then your country. They can't do investigation. Only for let police go ambush them. Me I call her ambush because the policeman and no say she was going towards that area and then go create this checkpoint just so for arrest them. Because when they arrest them, the statement we do my say they make, we don't get them. That was the statement, which means they went there to ambush her, to arrest her because they don't want them for make it doing work. All this, they point to the fact that journalists, they not get freedom, they not get rights, and they not get the ability for exercise their duties in a country like Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leone will get many things going unreported. Many things they go on in that country, they unreported. Killings will go unreported. The drugs they go now unreported. You understand me? Things they happen unreported, where they put we country backward, where they give we the bad name, where we get at the international community. This they point to the fact that the president left that country there by all the almost $1 million, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars we don't spend on traveling. When they ask them why they travel, they say they try for clean the country image. In any government, we don't dirty the country image. Now in government, you say you clean the country image, but all the actions you don't do now, don't dirty the country image past how any government, even past how the AFRC, you would think to say dirty the country image. Because the AFRC government of Johnny Paul Kuroma is far better than what they do so with regards to the image of Sierra Leone. Far better. Because at the end of the day, under your system, you not only don't oppress and suppress journalists for make sure say people are not do their work, but under your system, when they secure criminals, when I secure somebody where they na the country where na a wanted man on drugs, where a journalist come out at the country where come out for can investigate the man, when I protect the man by arresting the journalist. And the Sierra Leonean where they way na in help that journalist, they work with that journalist. That's the one says Motoka. When I release the foreign journalist for go because when I think to say, okay, this is a foreign journalist, if we not release them for go, it will be more bad. But like when I still suppress on your own citizens. When it points to the fact that citizens of Sierra Leone are slaves to the government of Sierra Leone. I'm using very, very tough words and I'm picking my words. And I don't regret me whatsoever they use. Because we cannot be in a country who say the law, not the respect to we. The police system, not the respect to the courts, not the respect to it. If we not take that woman there, we not left the lady for go. Where are the right thing for do? Why would not give the journalist in Motoka? Why would not allow the journalist for just live free? And he go run away. If not me, that's what we can run away. Because at the end of the day, when I did in Sierra Leone and I make statement from Musa and the work, they can on Facebook and all of them thing and then begin send people them from State House, they can watch me in the office. They send people away me, they can't tell me. Not to then say, even one of them, I attack one of them, na Soldiers Junction. I attack them, but this way they do not correct. Me not to any kind journalist. So I know what I'm doing. You cannot be harassing me. I know of things that will happen at State House where my name call up there, where some certain people defend me and certain people are saying, oh, now go arrest them because they criticize. Because I spoke against COVID, they say, oh, now they take me video, can I go to a security meeting, play the video and say, oh, these are the people where they make people not they listen to government. Nobody know they make people not listen to governments. Government get power. And government get the ability for cajoling people them. But this government, no, they ever use the ability for cajoling people them. Rather, will they use force and then and then they oppress the people.
Quickly, Arthur, just a quick disclaimer for the public. Always Arthur they say na Arthur in view them, and not to in any way Liberty Online Television position itself to waiting Arthur they say. It just a share in your view and they express in your opinion them about the topic where they deal with. This not just a quick disclaimer. But over to you, Arthur, again. With all of this what you don't say this morning, what you feel say need for be done if you forget a reverse of waiting they happen currently when you look at the scenarios and all where we don't look at this morning? Waiting need for be done?
Well, it's a sad thing we did under a particular government where all of them things there. So we been done. We've been think to say we already been on they kill them during the past government. These are the things that we I go always they say under the Anes by Kuroma government, Ahmed Tejan Kaba government, and Anes by Kuroma government. We been done already go a long way in watering these things down. So for me, there is nothing we can do under this government, because if you look at anything like that, the one that within our authority are the willing. There has to be the political willingness for make changes. If the political willingness is not there, nothing can be done. No matter what we say, it cannot be done. We want to see the new constitutional with the constitution within the try for pushed away, waiting the right, waiting say. Do we have the opportunity to present our own constitution in a referendum? Is it going to be in a referendum? Can we contribute towards making sure that that constitution address all of these issues where we want to be addressed? You understand me? That the Constitutional Reform Committee has to come out. We get rumors that and they do a lot of things with the documents behind we back, we don't know. So then it's high time they come out, it's high time they engage the public and make sure that the public take the lead in that. The other thing we think to say, what I'm saying has nothing to do with your station. This is my personal belief that Sierra Leone need a change of government, whether it's 2028 or not. This particular stock of SLPP people led by Julius Maada has to leave power because they not get the interest in making sure that the system works. It is about the system. We need a government who gets the interest for make the system work and let the system work properly. The Chief Justice not gets right for dinner office for as long as in office as long as the Constitution say for dinner office. There is no right or respect towards that. Then anybody can just come and remove the Chief Justice anyhow. Where would they weaken the system? Judges there are a lot of rights where judges then forget where they not get, where they weaken the system. Nobody not get security in work. There's no tenure of security in their job. So therefore everybody gets for fall for the executive. And the executive get too much power in Sierra Leone. It got too much power in Sierra Leone. There is no division of in the Sierra Leone system. The judiciary is tied to the executive. The parliament is tied to the executive strongly because the clerk of parliament and the presidency pick up. They say these things have to change. We need to get a system in which the clerk, if there's going to be a clerk of parliament, it should be chosen by parliament when after the election when parliaments convene. Now then for choose then clerk and then for choose then speaker. And the speaker for automatically come out from the party will get majority in parliament. Full stop. Those are the things that should happen. Those are the things that should happen where for make we country get the strength and therefore remove prosecution from police. This is something I've been saying over and over again. If there's an office of the DPP, let all prosecution go to that office. Police not for become prosecutor. You cannot be the investigator and the prosecutor at the same time. That's the reason why we see issues of our aunt and other issues and similar to our aunt issues and issues then they bully people in other country. Because all of the powers just then at the hand of the executive. And the executive just to do what they feel for do. That's the reason why you get a parliamentarian or a minister, when you criticize them, when you know they're doing work, you criticize them, it puts police behind you. They come with 1822 law, we go put police behind you, where police will take you go court. And when the police you go court, the moment where a magistrate or a judge you say, oh, this situation is related to a minister, this and that, somebody don't pick phone call them, you are doomed. You are doomed. You go so. So we don't get no confidence in the system. We have no confidence in what is going on. Look what's happening now. It takes the first lady. Where in office they exercise power, we will not know who side pull for get the release of somebody. Is that right? Not correct. Forgive prerogative of mercy. It is within the president, not just the president for do that.
Arthur, you just make mention of the first lady, the exercise powers where you believe say it not get. You strongly believe say our aunt in release yesterday now because of the plea where the first lady make on a just a mere coincidence.
I think to say it has to do with the plea where the first lady make. I strongly, me personally believe in that. Me no say now that happened. Let me look at the history, this BNTM. We were about to launch a free our own campaign. We were about to launch it. I belong to an organization called Speak Up Movement. And the Speak Up Movement was just about to launch it. And then I began to follow the narrative from Dr. Sylvia Blyden in Page. And when you look at the narrative from Dr. Sylvia Blyden in Page, okay, Dr. Sylvia Blyden tell you, see, go and don't talk to the First Lady about this. Don't beg for our aunt and all of that. She even posted it and First Lady do it. And then the First Lady come up and speak. When you look at how our aunt was arrested, you also know, see, this come out from a political arm. You understand me? It come out from political arm, and it come out from the most powerful political arm. Why make it show? It's just say come out from the most powerful political arm because from the magistrate himself, the magistrate will begin to up on the case, turn a blind eye to the reality of the law concerning the case. He turned a blind eye only for continue for detain our aunt, and quickly before you know it, our aunt in case don't come on a magistrate court, it don't reach high court. Quick one. It don't reach high court. No let a person that Judge Barnett. Wait for me. These people in the high courts, there are judges in the high courts who we consider to be political judges, and these are people all who need for remove. So we see how the case go. Before you know it, this case become a national issue. It takes the Canadian consul for resign. This pressure will make the First Lady come out. The only one for use our aunt in case now as a political stunt for make the First Lady sell himself like for say, oh, she's a decent woman where they think of Sierra Leonean women and this and that. She's not. We see the anger in it. It takes the Canadian consul in resignation for making them point, they turn serious attention to it. And information where they get that even the Canadian government wrote a letter to them demanding the release of our aunt. We not see the letter, but that's an information. So that can be a rumor. But waiting factual that the person where they represent Sierra Leone, Canada, resign. It's a disgrace for that thing they happen. And when you look at that man in resignation letter, because I read them, it points to the fact that Sierra Leone does not respect freedom of expression. We're very, very wrong. We have to do it. It's not correct.
Many thanks to you, Arthur, where you take your time. We know say na very odd hour now, na the United States, but you stay up just for participate and lend your voice to this particular topic where we look at this morning. We get for do with human rights and freedom of speech na salon. Now be a pleasure. Forget your opinion na the show this morning, Arthur.
Thank you for allowing me for express myself. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. And also just a disclaimer say all waiting Arthur talk that this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show now Arthur own personal opinion where he all as a social commentator, and Liberty Online TV no get nothing for do with that personal opinion or view day where Arthur hold on to. Well, now they end the program. Princess Pierce, Naina the producer for this edition of the Breakfast Show. Musa Saukoma and Dennis Kamara. Now then the technician them we provide technical support for this edition of the Breakfast Show. Continue for watch Liberty Online TV as they are so for always bring Cantona critical analysis of issues them where they happen at the country. And not forget say throughout the day they'll get various contents them where they produce for them. If you're not subscribe yet to our YouTube channel, kindly go to YouTube, search for Liberty Online TV and subscribe to the channel because we get different contents they work in produce they just for with YouTube viewers them. And also we got WhatsApp channel, go na WhatsApp explore and search for Liberty Online TV and subscribe to our channel. We get various news item they again we can drop na the channel. And of course na the Facebook page, if you know share it, if you know subscribe it, share to somebody where you know say once forget authentic and raw news information them. Let it subscribe to Liberty Online TV. Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a blessed day.
All right, until we meet again, take care of yourself and get a good day and goodbye.